guys, it's me, Carol Scott Hamilton, the Healthy Voyager, and I've got my friend Kathy Patalsky on the Healthy Voyager's Global Kitchen today. And we are making something pretty fun. We're gonna make raw walnut taco meat.
Yum.
And Miss Kathy.
And I'm gonna whip up some really easy, fresh pico de gallo salsa.
It's awesome. So many people think that making your own salsa or anything like that is so time consuming, but it tastes so much better.
So easy, so fresh.
Yeah, that way you can control what goes in it. You can make it as hot or not hot as you want.
Yep.
All good stuff. And it's easy peasy because we're not cooking this. We're just throwing all this yummy stuff in the blender to make our walnut taco meat, which is great for raw foodies, people who just want to get rid of meat and you don't want to cook up any fake stuff. This is really, really protein packed and delicious.
Yep, you don't even have to turn on any heat.
No,
it's just
perfect.
a blender. It's
yeah,
great.
It's perfect when it's hot out. You can just whip it up and ready to go. So we're gonna tell you right now what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 1 cup of raw walnuts soaked overnight and dried, salt and pepper to taste, a 1/2 cup of olive oil, a tablespoon of tamari or soy sauce, tamari if you want to do it wheat-free. You're gonna need about a 1/2 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of cayenne, because we're gonna make it a little spicy, but you can bring that down a notch, a tablespoon of cumin and coriander, and a little bit of onion powder. Now for Kathy's salsa.
So this is really simple, guys. You just need 1 large or 2 medium tomatoes diced, about 3 juicy limes squeezed, about 2 cloves of garlic chopped, finely chopped, and 1 jalapeno. And if you want it really spicy, you can keep the seeds in, but just moderate spiciness, take the seeds out. And 1 small red or sweet onion. And then cilantro finely chopped to taste. Some people don't like cilantro, but
Yeah.
I love it, so add as much as you want. And also salt and pepper to taste as well.
Excellent. All right, let's get started. Okay, so to make the walnut taco meat, it is insanely easy. You get a high-powered blender, and by the way, this is Kathy's book. You're gonna have to move your book so that we can blend.
I'll move
You can hold it like Miss Vanaway. And we're gonna take a high-powered blender. You can use a food processor as well if you don't have a high-powered blender. So we're using the new BlendTec twister jar because it's really awesome to grind nuts. You can grind coffee, you can do all kinds of neat stuff with it. So it's perfect to make raw walnut taco meat. So basically, we're just gonna toss in everything, but if you're using a blender, you always wanna use your liquid first so that it's easier for the blades to get to everything. If you put the hard stuff in first or frozen stuff, if you're making a smoothie, it's really taxing on the blades. So always kind of lubricate, for lack of a better word, your blender. Then we're gonna toss in our walnuts. And again, use raw ones that are unsalted and unflavored so that it takes the flavor of all the other good stuff. Then we're gonna throw everything in. Let's salt it a little bit and pepper it a little bit.
And you could do this in a regular blender too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you just use the pulse feature and then again, a food processor too. So you don't need high-powered schmancy stuff, but we got one, so we're gonna use it. I'm gonna give this to Miss Kathy for her salsa.
Thank you.
And then we're gonna put in our garlic, we're gonna put in our onion.
Amazing.
Yummy. The cumin, the coriander. It's basically like a homemade taco
the secret
mix.
ingredient to like Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, instead of buying that like really gnarly taco flavoring mix, because it's full of all sorts of fillers and chemicals, this is basically the base of a taco mix. If you add in some chili powder, that helps too. But we're using cayenne because we need a little heat. And then we're putting in our soy / tamari. And then we're good to go.
Nice.
And we're gonna go ahead and put it in our twister jar and pulse it. For the twister jar, you wanna hold the top instead of putting the top down, just to make sure that those sides get all the stuff. It's really helpful so you get everything mixed into your blender. And you don't want to turn it into a nut butter or a puree. You just want to pulse it to get the nice crunchy meatiness of it. Like taco pate. All right, so we're gonna hang on to our taco meat and wait for Miss Kathy to do her salsa, and then we're gonna make our tacos and dine.
Yay. Okay, so this salsa is super easy and it's so fresh. Like, you can buy some really good salsas in jars nowadays. They've really stepped it up a notch. But to make it fresh, pico de gallo is, you can't really buy a super fresh salsa like this in a store. So first you take your 1 large or 2, I don't need to say ingredients, sorry.
No, it's fine, yeah.
Okay, start with our tomato. And this is diced.
Perfect.
And onion.
And yeah, that's what's so good about making your own homemade salsa, is that you can leave out the onion if you don't like onions, leave out the cilantro, add more jalapenos, so you can kind of make it your own that way.
Right. And then I'm putting in the entire jalapeno, but there's no seeds here. So it will still have a nice spicy kick, but it's not going to be overwhelming. And I just kind of mix it as I go. And the garlic, raw garlic will also add a definite spicy punch. So add that to taste as well if you don't like that spicy raw garlic bite.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. I could
super
eat
healthy.
Garlic just raw.
So good for your immune system. And then lots of fresh lime juice to kind of just blend everything together. It helps release the flavors. Yeah, very, very important. And then the cilantro. And then a little pinch of salt. You can do that to taste, and pepper. You could even add in chipotle powder or cumin or other spices if you want. You can get totally creative. And then you just toss it. And you want to toss it for a few minutes. And it's pretty much ready to go, but if you can allow it to sit and marinate for 5-10 minutes or even longer in the fridge, it'll bring out those flavors more. So
yeah,
super easy, really yummy.
And what's good is you can make it ahead of time, and it'll keep for a couple days in a nice sealed container.
Yeah.
So, you know, ready to go.
Yes.
It smells super awesome, and it's gonna go awesome on our tacos.
Yes.
So I think we can just make them up now.
Yay.
Okay, so it's time to put our tacos together. So we've got our taco shells, and you can use soft tacos if you want. We're using hard ones just because it's easy to pile on into the hard shells.
And they're fun.
They are fun and crunchy.
Love
Yes. and it really gives it that like real taco feel, you know, even though we're not using
fake
meats. Exactly, the fake Americanized, because, you know, in Mexico they don't really eat hard tacos. But we're gonna make it real American style. And we're just gonna go ahead and put in our first layer, which is our taco meat.
Which smells amazing.
So yum.
It's probably super flavorful.
Yeah.
Those spices.
A little on the spicy side. Again, you can control how much or how little you want of each spice flavoring. Then, after we're done doing all our taco shells, I'm gonna put some shredded lettuce.
Oh yeah.
And then you can also use shredded cabbage if you want, because that's got a nice little texture, crunchy texture.
And purple cabbage would be really colorful and pretty.
Yeah, jicama slaw, which is really
yes.
nice, especially in the summer when you want a little cooling action. Jicama slaw is really good for that. So many options to tacos these days.
I recently had a jicama noodle pasta dish.
Yum.
Very creative. It had like a peanut sauce. So good.
Yum. I'm gonna have to steal that idea one day and make some at home.
Yeah.
And what's fun is, I mean, it really does look like taco meat, especially from far away if you squint.
Yeah.
No, but even if you look right up close, you're like, hey, what is that? It's a good fooler.
Yeah. And normally it's not served like piping hot on meat tacos.
Yeah.
So it's very,
it's kind of
a great sub.
It's a good sub. All right. I'll have Miss Kathy help me do some lettuce action, and then we'll top it off with her beautiful salsa. And then it's time to enjoy. But again, you can top it with whatever you want. You can put vegan cheese.
Some like cashew sour cream would be really good.
Super yum.
Also
Mix and
hot
match.
sauce right
Also-
on top. Guacamole.
Yes.
Why do we not have guacamole?
We have some in the fridge. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
We also have a giant
All
plate.
right.
We've got some leftover meat for later. Having trouble with that? Have some leftover meat for later. And I think it's time to say goodbye and enjoy these babies.
Yay.
I hope you like our taco recipe and Kathy's salsa recipe. So if you did, please give us a like. And if you have any comments or questions or anything, put them down below. If you happen to make your version, share your pictures with us all over social media. You can find us both on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, everywhere. You can find me at Healthy Voyager.
And I'm at Lunchbox Bunch on Twitter and Kathy Patalsky on Instagram.
Awesome. And healthyvoyager.com. Make sure you get Kathy's new book.
Yes.
Healthy,
check out my
Happy
book.
Vegan Kitchen.
In stores now.
Yes.
Tons of recipes in here.
Yeah, all good stuff. Give us a like, put down the comments, follow us everywhere, subscribe, and I guess we're gonna go enjoy these and we'll see you guys later. Join us next time.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
Bye.